Hi, everybody, and welcome to Reed's Read Spider-Man Crawlspace Edition. Check us out at the SpidermanCrawlspace.com. Well, the time has come, guys, to, of course, review Amazing Spider-Man 59, aka 953, as the final conclusion here to the Tomb Story arc. Or is it? That's an interesting question here. As Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. go ahead and wrap up this big part before the final grand finale of issue 60 in a couple weeks. So let's get to the pros. Say what you will, but one thing I will always say is John Romita Jr. does his battle scenes great. I have to say the fight scene between Tombstone and Spider-Man is well done. The fights, the battles, everything's really well. Even the desperation you see as Janice Lincoln tries to escape from her father trying to kill her. And it's really well done as Spider-Man keeps fighting. The dialogue actually works very well with the fight scenes and everything, but also how much punishment both Spider-Man and Tombstone take. I do like the fact that Wells did finally get a little bit more into how much they're durable, but both Tombstone and Spider-Man are not invincible. While Spider-Man, of course, will always be protected by the little plot armor, same things happen with Tombstone over the years, that because his skin is so solid, he can survive hits. Even during the Clone Saga with Ben Reilly, they had it where the Punisher shot 2 rockets at Tombstone and he somehow survived. He's really strong because of the way his skin is durable from the chemical accidents that gave his origin. But, like I said, he's not invincible, especially when Spider-Man actually dislocates his hands is actually a good idea. He doesn't break them, but he dislocates them, which Spider-Man's done in the past. I really like how it goes there and then how he takes out pieces of these two. They're not only equally matched, but also shows how much Spider-Man will not give up. And it's a really nice little testament. But really, that's where the positives start. Onto the cons. There really is not much to this story. So it's just a great fight scene. There's really not much. And it ends with, of course, Spider-Man passing out, followed by Tombstone. So technically, Spider-Man doesn't really get a win. Yes, the story is over. Yeah, Tombstone's going to go for parole and everything else. And in the real world, his lawyer, Michelle 1.5, would, of course, have her law license suspended or completely revoked. But we don't know until next issue. It feels like they kept trying to push this story out. And it was revealed that issue 58 was really what Wells wanted to be finished up with his Spider-Man run, but they pushed it out 2 extra issues. And it definitely feels like 58 and 59 could have just been 1 issue. Everything is kind of set up here, but at the same time, it gives the point to really, this is not much substance. It's got a great fight scene. It's got fantastic art, especially with Scott Hanna's inks on John's artwork, and I really do it. I love a good fight issue, but I also like fight issues that actually have a story payoff. Back when John Romita Jr. did the Hulk anniversary issue battle between during Paul Jenkins' run between the Hulk and Abomination. Yes, it was a big fight issue, but it broke off. It had good parts, and it had a great conclusion to where, yes, it was a huge Hulk fight that we always loved, but there's a lot more substance of story. I have to say, I really enjoyed a lot of parts of it with the fight scenes and the artwork and the pacing of it, but in the long run is Spider-Man still technically can't get a win as he passes out with Tombstone passing out. For when if they were to reverse that and had Tombstone passing out and then Spider-Man hitting against the wall and passing out himself, he would have gotten the victory, but at the last thing, it would have had a better score, better ending, and I definitely would have given it a higher grade. But with that all said, I've actually decided to push this to a C+. It's got a light atmosphere, and I really do enjoy, like I said, the pacing as it leads to the ending, but at the same time, in the end, Spider-Man just can't get a win. And then you add in the letters section where after we did all this with Shay, the, Ravencroft nurse, they're basically, Nick Lowe says it's just going to be kind of not really mutual exclusive. They're just kind of there with friends with benefits. Wow, talk about throwing that all out after they were saying such a great one. That also brings the story down because it feels like the last few issues were really just a waste of time trying to get to issue 60 before we get into the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, which is coming up next month. So not bad, but we're all ready for this run to be over. And that's really all I have, guys. Pretty short and sweet here and everything else. And, of course, I'll be back here next week to review Ultimate Spider-Man number 10 here for that storyline. Then be back for the big conclusion here of Amazing Spider-Man 60 as Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr.'s run comes to an end after 2.5 years. So if you'd like to look more and comment on our reviews as well as anything else, besides, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and check us out at the Spider-Man Crawl Space for more of the wonderful Spider-Man news, discussion, and more. And for that, guys, I'll see everybody later on the Crawl Space.